Hey everybody, welcome to episode 12 of Care to CEO, where we teach everyday entrepreneurs and home care providers how to be confident healthcare CEOs. I'm here today with my husband, Ryan
Hello.
Smith, because we started this in this industry together, and so we're going to talk a little bit about our journey and as a partner, as a married couple, and just how we started. So thanks for joining us, and really excited about episode 12. We've come a long way, and we still have a long way to go. So we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to ask the first question to Ryan. So do you think that we had a plan for separating work and home, or was it just chaos?
At first, I would say it was chaos. I mean, it's complete chaos. But once we figured everything out, it smoothed out. You had to figure it out.
Yeah, I think it was chaos, but it was a beautiful chaos. You know, when you look back, you didn't think that at the time, but I think we learned boundaries that allowed us to protect ourselves and the family and the business. We had to create systems to protect us as well and protect the business. And that was something that took years. I would say that's an ongoing process.
Still going.
It's an ongoing process. And we had to communicate. And that doesn't always, we're not going to act like that's always like just fluffy, but you definitely had to communicate. So, okay. And you can take the next question is yours.
Okay, Krista. How has your partner made you a stronger leader?
What I really appreciate is that when I very first decided that I wanted to, jump into this industry, Ryan was still working as a plant manager for a company in Stowe, Ohio, where he had been working for years. 13 years, right? And so he had planned to retire from there. So, when COVID happened and my child care center started basically tanking, and I went to him and I said, listen, I think I have a solution for both of us. And I think that this will be something that we both can benefit from, but I'm going to need you to quit your job. I'm going to need you to quit your job and jump all in with
crazy.
me. Yeah. And
that was like crazy.
You're talking about somebody who was planning to retire from this place. And I said, I'm telling you, if you trust me, this will be way worth it. This will be so worth it. And you will greatly benefit from this. We all will. And I appreciate that he made that leap.
Yeah,
even though he didn't want to, he didn't trust it. He has
never worked in this field before.
Never worked in the home care field. That has been hilarious, in all honesty, watching someone who's never worked in the healthcare field.
Damn.
So I appreciate that he, showed up for me and he took that leap, because, so many spouses would not have. They would have said, no, there's no way I'm going to follow you. Especially, let's be real, I'm a woman, and they just, a lot of spouses would not have trusted me to be a leader in that situation and say, listen, I think I have a plan for our family that will help us all. So that was the number one. If he would not have, had that faith in me, then we wouldn't be here. So that's the bottom line.
To say the least, she pushes me out of my comfort zone. So.
Yes. And that's been the dynamic of our relationship.
But it has expanded my confidence. And
ever since we started. Yeah, this has been, the dynamic is I have a husband that definitely shows up for me, stands firm for me, allows me to be myself, and I don't have to worry about, him being insecure or anything like that. And, that has allowed me to really grow and soar. So I appreciate that. Okay, so next question. What's it like supporting a spouse who's running an empire?
Um, it's inspiring and challenging at the same time, but it's it's a beautiful thing at the end of the day. I mean, we feed off each other, and now it's more like I don't want to put it in sports terms because that's how I am, but
You can talk sports. That's how he talks.
You know what I mean? It flows.
Yeah, you can reference sports because that's how he talks. It's sports.
It just flows.
Yeah, I've learned to understand that, being that he is such a sports person. But I would say that I think it requires a lot of faith and trust. So again, I have to go back to the fact that, I have someone that doesn't leave me out to hang and dry. I'm a person that is definitely a serial entrepreneur. Even when I decided to run as a councilwoman, having no political experience, and I went to him out of nowhere and said, I'm gonna run for city council, and he's like, where did this come from? But and even though we like laugh and chuckle when I come up with these things, he's like, I mean, okay, let's go. And then before you knew it, I'm a city council woman / home care owner. So it's just become part of the dynamics of our it has definitely become the norm for what we do. So but I'll also say I still think we brought a lot to the table. Your experience working in logistics for the company that you basically ran for 13 years has really allowed you to be level-headed. Yeah. And you could talk a little bit about that. I won't speak for you. I'm just speaking of what I've seen. That I knew that's why you would be great. I mean, here.
It's just you just have to. It's hard to say. Like you just have to trust. You have to trust the process. I mean, it's like at first I was really like I was off the fence for a while, and I'm like, man, I can't just up and quit everything because I don't know. But it's just you really have to trust the process. That's at the end of the day. That's what it is. And
yeah.
We work hard together. I mean,
good answer. So, then the next question is for you. It's right. You see, this is where we are.
All right. How do we handle business disagreements without hurting the marriage?
Oh man. Open question. I know kudos to the married couples that probably have such a great answer. We do this, that, and that.
Chaos.
Sometimes it can be because you just never know what you're going to get hit with on a day-to-day basis. The what? The
beautiful chaos.
I mean, I think chaos. I mean, it's when you look back. I have to say that when you look back, it's beautiful chaos. I don't think that when you're in the midst of it, it feels beautiful. But when you look back, you're like, you know what? Wow, we really handled that pretty well. But some of the things that have been happening lately, while we're here in our vacation home in Las Vegas, as we are working towards possibly dual residency here, and just starting a new business venture out here. And life is lifing back in our hometown in Ohio, where the base of the business is, and you're getting calls on a regular basis like, what? Oh my goodness. But then you still, we have the kids out here, and we still have to, deal with all those everyday life situations. I think you just, after all this time, it's coming from me. I think I just have to learn to pause for a minute and remember that it's part of the process, not allow myself to throw a little internal tantrum, because I can feel it coming on sometimes when you want to oh my goodness, I can't. And then the internet, just give you an idea, the internet out here, you wouldn't know that in the desert, the internet is the way it is. So we are using the hot spots. You go get in the car,
you're roughing it.
The GPS doesn't work. So you just oh my goodness, I'm in a new place that I don't know, my surroundings, and I can't even use GPS. So you just have to remember, I remember during these times that challenges are a part of the process. You really can't
can't plan for them. You can't.
No, you do, but it's a necessary part of the process that
Right.
you can't even get upset with,
Right.
because it's also what you know, how you know that, walking in that faith, and when things start to kind of get chaotic, you know that the next level is coming. That's been the experience that I've had throughout my life. So, okay, next question. I think
Yep.
I'm off. Oh, how do faith, family, and finances guide decisions?
Sorry. I feel like if you don't have all three, nothing works. So it's like you got to have faith. I mean, everything you have to have it. In order to make decisions, you have to. Yeah.
It's become it's just become my compass. Like, things happen out of the clear blue, and you're like, what? Seriously? And all these things you prepare for, and what do they say? Like, if you want to make God laugh, make plans,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
make plans. Right.
it's
That's
going
for
to
sure.
plan for something, and God's going to get a really good chuckle. So that's kind of, I understand that, and so I really just have to walk by blind faith, and out here, I actually chuckle a lot. I mean, I've gotten in my car many times out while we've been out here in Las Vegas, and the GPS just doesn't work. So if that isn't, God telling you right there that, listen, you better find your way through and have
You
faith,
just got to push.
then I don't know what it.
You got to kind
Then
of
I don't know
remember what
what
the
is.
GPS said before it even said it. Like you kind of got to think ahead of the game, and it's just the way.
Yeah, but but also having faith and having the systems that you set up previously just gives you that discipline. First of all, you need to have discipline in the first place, so
That's the first thing.
so that when things go wrong, you lean on faith, and you know that one thing I'm not doing is giving up.
Right, because I'm disciplined.
So
Right.
yeah, so yeah, I would definitely say you just have to have faith. Okay, you have the next one.
Okay. What does Ryan do behind the scenes?
So just like I knew him coming from working in logistics at his previous job, where, okay, I'm gonna try to have a go at this, and then I'm gonna let you give the real answer. I know that he had to schedule trucks to come in with product, make sure they get there, make sure they get out, order parts from all over the world, fix machines when they were broken. I mean, all sorts of different things. So that's what I got to see from the sidelines. But I'll let him kind of go.
Taking that aspect, bringing it into this business I was pretty much the go-to guy. Like, hey, I need you to go over here and do this, and I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Or I need you to handle this with this certain person. It's like, all right, gotcha. I'll be here. So it's kind of like,
yeah. So
pretty much everything.
He's been like logistics, for instance, at our different locations when there may be an issue. I mean, especially earlier on.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going into year 5, so if there was an issue at one of the
houses,
sites, and it's like
she can't be there,
or not even that I can't be there, that it's like there's just extra hands needed. Like, there's just extra hands needed, and he's going. But then he's logistics at the house. Just fills in all the holes is the best way I describe it. So just fills in the holes so things run smoothly, and I greatly appreciate that.
That's right. It's right.
Yeah, it can, even though it can get challenging. Okay, and then, did business stress or test us ever? Yeah. I don't know
Every day. Every day.
I don't know if that is like.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't know if that doesn't just stops or anything. But
we just push.
But we push through it. Is the bottom line. You push through it. Every day. Yeah. There are times that he has had to talk me off the bridge. Like, no, this is. I'm done. This is crazy. why why are we even doing this? Then you just have to go back to remember, why you started in the first place. The lives you get to change, both
Family.
from just
whole family.
so many aspects, not just family, but staff, the individuals we take care of, and the family. So now we have a daughter that has her own agency. We have a niece with an agency. My sister, just and so many people around me that I've also been able,
right?
but they have just been able to just like help, get assistance and starting their own business pursuits just because of what we started. They wouldn't even know about this industry. They wouldn't have had a direction.
Sure.
And so we've been able to touch a lot of lives just based on that alone. So very grateful for that. Okay. And you, yeah, I'm glad you're keeping up.
I'm trying.
That we're like this, even like when we're driving, and I get totally thrown off. If I start having, if I have a conversation, if I get a phone call, you missed the exit. I will have us somewhere so far.
Yeah, that's true.
I will have us way off course. So he knows, like I said, logistics. Hey, we're here. We're here. Right.
All right. How do we make sure we both feel supported?
A lot, communication, number one. And that's something that honestly we do a lot, especially at the end of the night. We could be really busy during the day from doing any number of things, from the kids to staff to whatever.
Counsel.
Yeah, counsel, whatever. But by the end of the night, a lot of times we are able to reconvene and we can just really just kind of unpack the day and process it. And a lot of times it's where when you get to say certain things out loud that happen through the day, that we have some really hearty laughs.
Yeah, I'm about to say we laugh each other to sleep pretty
Yes, we do. We have some really hearty laughs. Like, I can't even believe this happened today. It happened and then we got through it.
Right.
Wow. So our day doesn't look like, I don't feel like it looks like probably your average person's day. So I think it really helps to be able to just unpack at the end of the day and communicate. I mean, we do it throughout the day, but at the end of the day, it's really like just a session of like unpacking so that you don't go into the next day carrying some load from the previous day.
Right.
And we can strategize, we can talk about future goals, talk about how far we've come, and where we may be planning to go. Lessons we've learned from working together. Patience for sure, because my goodness,
patience is everything.
Golly.
Patience is the key. That's the key.
Wife, mother, councilwoman, business owner. Every day, there's every area that I just mentioned is coming at me. On top of the fact that, there's 8 children between the two of us. So the 8 personalities, we brought into this world, and also just the staff and the world, and the fact that life just lifes and it doesn't
stop life,
and it doesn't stop, and you just you push through it. Now he handles things in a very calm demeanor. He's calm. Everyone knows him to be the cool
quiet,
guy.
Calm.
They know that, and I'm going to be honest with you. Some of our friends, they like to invite us to things really because they just want him to come. They like him. Let's just be real. Like, like they invite us to stuff. They're like, "Is Ryan going to be there?" I'm like, "Is Ryan going to be there?" So you didn't want me to come in the first place. So a lot of times I'm gonna be honest, some honesty right now. When he makes a post on Facebook, especially like a couple's post, oh my goodness. The attention you get. I'm like, what is going on here? So people love his calm, cool demeanor. They love that he really just doesn't change that. You really can't. You can't get him
Can't
to
get me
just.
flustered too
Yeah,
much.
you can't get him to crack under pressure. I can a little sooner than he can. I can crack a little sooner
You
under
push me off
pressure.
the grid.
Yeah, I can. So, you know, I depend on him a lot of times just to kind of keep me grounded because, yeah, I can feel
The walls
definitely.
closing in.
Yeah, it can get really rough, and so I definitely am blessed that I have someone there that can kind of just keep me grounded. Like, just calm down. You know, we'll get through this like we always do.
Mhm.
So yeah, I do appreciate that. Okay.
What does legacy mean?
Um, it means that the choices you make today really structure your life and future for yourself, your children, your grandchildren, your
That's what
great
I was about to say.
grandchildren.
Like for the kids, legacy is
Yeah.
like leaving something that they can be, even if they want to build on it and keep it going, or they know that they can do something else. You know what I mean? They can see mom and dad like, hey, they did that, so we can do it too.
Yeah.
Or we can do it our own way.
Or
know
you
what I
can
mean?
just use the structure that was
Yeah,
built
the foundation.
and the
right?
foundation that was built and then you can build either something else or you can continue.
Continue with
But it also
Nice.
means that your children don't have to start
right from the
at
bottom.
at the place you started at.
Right.
You know, which for me, yeah, I would,
That's key.
yeah, was struggling initially.
Mhm.
So that means a lot, and that's probably that's the number one thing I work for. Grandchildren that I never met yet, but I can't wait to meet them.
Right. Making sure that they have somewhere to go.
Yeah. So, okay. Now, for me, advice for couples.
Just go keep it a buck, man. Just know your role. Find your role and know it. And there's no competition, man. There's no competition. Especially when you're when you're running a business together, there's no competition. Like we're partners, so
Yeah.
you have to work together.
And I would say communicate because, you know, resentment can build up if you don't deal with things initially. I am very big on handling my feelings now, you know what I mean, as opposed to later. He can let things fester much longer than me. But if I have an issue, by end of day, in most cases, you're going to hear from me.
For sure.
You're going to hear from me. But he can let it fester much longer, which he's gotten better at over the years. But initially, that was kind of how he handled things. He just be quiet, be his normal quiet self. But the thing about it is, I know when something's wrong, so
Right.
I also won't.
She won't let it go.
No, I won't let go.
She'll just keep picking until I'll be like, all right.
Okay. Like, tell me what's going on here, because I promised you, we're not going to bed like this. So I would say definitely just communicate and do what you have to do to protect your relationship, because we have a lot of people around us, sometimes whether it's family, friends, and they do little things, they say little things, they make little comments that really are targets. They're shooting darts at your relationship,
Right.
and it's not okay.
She had to show me a couple times.
Yeah, like I'm like, you didn't catch that. Wait a minute, or us or whatever. Like
Right.
you didn't catch that. You know, because again, he's just very calm. He gives people the benefit of the doubt. I do not always do that.
That's why we work. I think that's why.
Because I can catch it as soon as I saw you coming up the road. So you would never. So when you make little comments or the little microaggressions and any of it, I'm like, I already knew you were going to do it. I saw it. So the bottom line is you have to protect your relationship with things like that. So we've had to walk away from people, from family, from friend groups, from other married groups. So we thought, like, oh, this is so cool. These are, friends that we really have grown to, love. And then when you see it coming, it's like, Really?
Right.
So you got to walk away. You got to walk away. You got to choose your relationship. You got to choose your peace, and you got to put yourself around people that are looking to support, your relationship, your business, because they're like-minded. So that's the bottom line now is if you don't fit in that category, then we don't need to be around you. We don't need to be spending our time with you.
Right.
So, okay, I think the next one is you.
The biggest lesson in partnership.
I'll start. I think that despite historical beliefs on this, love and leadership can coexist if you want it to, if you work towards it too. You can have a healthy relationship and a partnership of some sort. But that means that there are some things that can't exist in the relationship. Your partner has to want to see you win, and that should be a two-way street.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So there can't be go ahead.
Well, I would say the biggest lesson in this particular partnership is you have to push each other towards greatness. You know what I mean? It's you have to like she said earlier, there ain't no no's, there's no giving up. You know what I mean? It's just constantly pushing each other. I mean, it's just it becomes like muscle memory. It's you just do it without even thinking. You know what I mean? It's just
and for instance, just piggybacking off of what you just said, I have known for years that my husband is this great sports historian. He's really good at talking sports to the point that I always thought he should either have his own radio show or some sort of show. So it's really interesting that over the years I really wouldn't let it go. We have gotten into it over this.
When you gonna start?
You're just gonna sit there and just and be good at something and then not try to So I did. I went behind his back initially, and I just started talking to people on his behalf.
You got a meeting at the studio.
So you have a meeting.
What you talking about?
What meeting? You just go and find out. And long story short, now he's podcasting, and it's starting off very very well, and now of course I'm already talking into existence, speaking into existence that he's going to have sponsorships, and it's going to be a whole thing. It's already becoming that. So, and people are already really reaching out and saying we had no idea that he was so good at this, because he's quiet. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be the only one that knows you're not quiet. I'm not
quiet when you talk.
Yeah, especially when it comes to sports. You're so we're going to show the world the version of you that I see all the time.
And we will.
Yeah, and so we push each other to do things.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line. Mm-hmm. So you can't have a competitive spirit with your partner. You have to want to see them win and be willing to push them.
Right.
And okay, I think so yes. So that wraps things up. And thank you for joining us. This is something this will be our first episode together. It's the first time we've done any episode of any kind together. It's always just the business, the kids, whatever else. But I want to thank you all for joining us for episode 12 of Care to CEO, and please connect with us across all of our social media platforms. You can get a hold of me if you want to book my services at ft.crystalsmith.online, or you can watch the episodes at caretoceo.com, and you can follow Ryan on
the Ryan Smith Sports Show.
Yes, and
on YouTube, that's on everything.
Streaming on all major platforms. And please like and subscribe. And again, together we are building a legacy, impact, and generational wealth, and building what matters most together. And I hope that's what you all are trying to do as well. And Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.